I do at all?
No.
No. Let me tell you. So I have two jobs here. One is that I'm the dean at Mill River. What's that? So I am the person that you go to if somebody's bothering you or something's making you feel uncomfortable and there's any sort of social situation that you need help with. Sometimes I'm the person that you go to if you might have done something wrong and need to talk about it. But I'm sure that'll never happen to any of you guys. And my other job is that I work at some of the other schools with your teachers, meeting with your teachers, and designing cool lessons or activities. So basically I have the best job ever because I get to be in all different schools all the time and hang out with kids and teachers. But I'm specifically here today to talk with you guys about hate speech. And it's going to be a relatively quick conversation, but it's a really important one to have. So hate speech refers to words that are so bad, so inappropriate, and so hurtful that there's no possible way to say them in a way that can't be taken as negative. Hate speech generally refers to language that is related to culture, religion, orientation, race, those sorts of things. So specific things could be like the R word or the N word, words that are so bad that we do not ever say them aloud. Any questions about that? Do you know what hate speech is? Yeah? Okay. Do you want me to explain it any more? No. Okay. Can I ask you a little bit about why it feels that way to you? You didn't? Okay, just checking. If you want to meet one-on-one later and talk more about it, you absolutely can. So, specifically, we want to talk about why we don't use hate speech. So we don't use hate speech because it has no positive effect on the world. It's only a negative effect. And because it can hurt people's feelings. So whether or not there's an intent to do so, right? So there's been times, and because I'm 38 years old, I've been talking to people a long time, there's been times that I've said things that I thought were joking or I thought weren't a big deal that hurt somebody's feelings. Which do you think matters more, whether I meant to hurt their feelings or whether their feelings were hurt?
Meant to hurt their feelings?
What do you think, sir?
What, me?
Yeah.
Feelings were hurt.
Feelings were hurt, yeah. So if I say something to my husband, like if I'm making fun of something that he cooked and it tastes bad, and I'm just joking, but his feelings are hurt, it matters more that his feelings were hurt than whether or not I meant to hurt them, right? So even if I didn't mean to, if I hurt somebody, I've still done something wrong. Hate speech is a little bit different than making fun of cooking, though, because if you use hate speech, there's no possible way to mean that jokingly. There's no possible way to say those words without it coming out bad. And so it's important to never use those words. What happens if you hear somebody use hate speech? What is your responsibility?
We go and tell a teacher.
Absolutely, go and tell a teacher. So if you ever hear hate speech, if you ever hear somebody saying something negative about one of these, what we call protected classes, which means things about people that we just never say rude things about, it's important that you go tell an adult immediately, okay? What happens if you feel uncomfortable saying the word to an adult or telling an adult, or you don't want friends to see you telling on somebody?
Then you do it privately.
You do it privately, absolutely. Ask to speak to any one of us privately. Miss Mears, Miss RP, teachers, Miss Bowen, me, I'm constantly wandering through the hallways. If you feel like you can't find a quiet moment with a teacher, pass them a note. When you get to Mill River, you're going to be given iPads. Kids email me all the time. Something bad just happened, don't say I said it. If you feel like you couldn't say it in school, go tell your parent and ask your parent to call one of us. But as the bigger kids in the school, you guys are the leaders, and you're the heroes to the little ones, right? And so it's really important that if you hear language like that, that you're speaking out, that you're telling the person no, you're supporting the person they might be saying it to, and that you're reporting it to an adult. Now what happens if it gets reported? So we have something in our district called our HHB policy, and that stands for hazing, harassment, and bullying. So if hate speech or inappropriate conduct that could be related to HHB gets reported, what we do is we do an investigation. And that's part of sometimes why I come into this building to help out with it. So what an investigation means is that we meet with anybody who might have been there or heard it, and we try to figure out what happened. If somebody uses hate speech, they are going to have to get consequences following our discipline policy. And so it's really important to not use it. It is also really important to come forward if it's used.